Hi, welcome to my spiritual journal. So you are welcome to journal along with me. So hey Robin, I can see that you are watching live. So my name is Iona and I'm going to be talking about journaling, and you can journal along with me, and we are talking about intentional living for light workers. So I am on day 9, I believe, and in my world it is Health Freedom Tuesday. So we're going to be talking about intentional living and journaling. You can journal along with me in what I call your soul legacy journal. So hey love, oh, so sorry for the delay. So I was going to be streaming this out onto LinkedIn, and apparently LinkedIn have some rules and restrictions about streaming out early or different things. So I was like, I've just learned a new thing. So I will share it out onto LinkedIn as well. And I am streaming onto Twitter. So providing that I can do that, then I will be streaming out in more places than just on the Soul Legacy TV. So again, we'll be talking about intentional living, and I will be journaling and going through some spiritual rituals and routines that I have because of the time of the year. It's the holidays right now, or kind of in between the holidays, Christmas. So I hadn't done a full journaling practice, and I just have got into my routines, my spiritual routines and rituals again. And I am going to pull a card from the Keepers of the Light towards the end, just about the very end. We are going to play the soul income game, and I'll explain more about that. I'm going to talk about the crystals for today for me, and I think it's sacral chakra. Is it sacral chakra, Robin? Robin says, "Oh man, that's the bummer for LinkedIn." So I'll tell the full story of what I just did. So I will stream these lives out. So I'll come live every single day talking about intentional living. And today, I had a look. I changed the title of the lives for the spiritual journal with me, and just to make sure that it is for light workers. And I changed it on YouTube, but I hadn't changed it in StreamYard, so it doesn't update like that. And so I had a look, and then I'm like, let me just see if I can stream in other places, because I just get those hunches. And so I clicked on LinkedIn. The description is like 3,000 words rather than 5,000 like it is on YouTube. And then so this is kind of that intention, setting that intention and setting that vision so it's relevant. It's not necessarily health freedom related, but it is because I want to leverage my time, money, and energy, right? So, and have a healthy business, right? So I always make everything tie in, right? So anyway, I schedule these out because I'm big into leveraging, and I put 11:10 at night so that no matter when I stream out, I'll decide. So I kind of stick similar to the similar time, but I set it out for 11:10 at night. So then when I want to go live, I just press go live, and I can go live early. On LinkedIn, you can't go more than 15 minutes early, which I didn't know. So that helps me to share and experience and share with other people. I didn't know that. So with the restrictions that I had on Facebook, I'm not streaming into Facebook. And I just started to stream into YouTube like a week ago. And then like sharing out the live. So what's interesting is that they don't do it yet, it says. So the other places have such restrictions, but the YouTube, that's why we're on YouTube. So that was a long-winded way of saying I wanted to explain what that was. So you can journal along with me if you have a journal, just a notebook. If you want a copy of this journal, then let me know. It's actually lined paper. It's a journal notebook, which I've been writing in. I wrote in red for the contribution freedom. And I've got a red pen rather than an orange pen. Anyway, let's get going. Let's dive in. Sacral chakra. So Robin Knott is the host of the Energy Healing TV podcast. And you actually have your journal along with me for the chakras and unblocking your chakras and the energy healing, which I love. and I'm learning, and I'm very grateful. So I've integrated what you're teaching with my spiritual journal as well. So again, feel free to journal along with me. So what I do on the daily lives for intentional living, if you are new to me, is every single Tuesday I will talk about how to live intentionally as a light worker, doing your light work in the world. So that's why I went off on the tangent with the LinkedIn, because some of you might be interested in getting your message out on LinkedIn, and just really being intentional with your time and where you want to share your message. But in doing that, also taking care of your health, taking care of the 7 areas in your life which I focus on for intentional living. So on a Monday, you might have watched some of my spiritual journal with me already. Let me know. And if you haven't, then consider subscribing to the Soul Legacy TV YouTube podcast, and then you'll be notified when I go live if you click the bell as well. And do share this out for anyone who you know who wants to live more intentionally. So we focus on contribution freedom on a Monday, health freedom is on a Tuesday, emotional freedom is on a Wednesday, environmental freedom is on a Thursday, relationship freedom is on a Saturday, Friday even, and spiritual freedom is on a Saturday, and financial freedom is on a Sunday. So as I balance out my life as the host of the Soul Legacy TV and founder of the Soul Legacy Academy and producer of the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network, I'm a big believer in walking my talk. So I'm going to dive into what I planned over from last week, which was the 21st of December to the 28th. I like to live intentionally and plan out my week. Everyone said thank you. You're welcome. I like to plan out my week. So we do a spiritual vision board challenge, just to put this into context. And I help and I support you in the vision that you have for your health, not only while you're doing your light work, but your lifestyle. So if you haven't done that vision board challenge, then I will put it into the cards, wherever it comes out, the cards in the description of this YouTube podcast, so that you can really get clear on what you want your health to look and feel like. Robin says, I love how you model walking your talk. You've got to, right? And I do believe, for me, intentional living, thank you, Robin, is being in alignment with your values. So my value on contributing is doing that in integrity and with honesty. For my value in my health is, I always say, if things are not fun, I'm not doing it. That's like, it sounds like emotional freedom as well. But my health is leveraging my light work and my lifestyle, and to feel the healthiest and sexiest me. And I pride myself, and the sexiest me is like, really? Well, that's my lifestyle. In my light work, I want to be healthy. I want to be happy and healthy. I don't believe in building your spiritual business or burning yourself out. So that's what I talk about on the Soul Legacy TV: spirituality without doing busy work, without being broke, and without experiencing burnout. And so that health is a really big, massive part of that. So let's journal. I want to reflect on my journaling. And last week, if you missed that, then that's absolutely fine. And if you're watching in the Soul Legacy Academy and you come on my 2-hour monthly calls for intentional living, then this will make more sense, and you'll have tools and resources to support you. But on a health freedom, for last week to this week, I'd looked at my vision board, and I set my intentions and my goals to be in alignment with that vision board, so that when I talk about intentional living, it's a year out that we plan. We'll plan, like, I plan to live to 100, right? So we plan out our year by year, but we reverse engineer and we start to live that now. We don't wait till a year, or we don't wait for health to happen to us. We have control of that, for the most part, of doing our part for our health. We can't control everything, but so I looked at my vision board and I set intentions for the week, and I want to be really transparent in the sense of what I've done and what I've not done. And this is this spiritual journal with me because it's been the holidays, and I hadn't planned to do the holidays as such. So if you know anything about me, you'll know that I hadn't celebrated Christmas for the last 5 years since my son passed. So this year, when I planned last week to this week on my health, I was going to walk every day, I was going to do my insanity. Well, I didn't do that. I did some, but I didn't do that purely because it was the holidays and I was invested in the holidays. So I'm going to give myself grace for that. However, I'm going to set up the next week in alignment with my vision board. So some of the things that you might have on your vision board and for your health, let me know some of the things that you want to focus on for your health and your light work and your lifestyle. So for me, on my vision board, I have about drinking water, which I've done not as much as I'd like to, but I'm building up. So every day I have been drinking, being really hydrated, and I have been sleeping a lot better, that's on my vision board as well. And I'll talk about a book that I'm reading about sleep. So every day I read a book or listen to an audiobook that is related to that area of my life. So today I listened to a book called Sleep Smarter. It's actually called Sleep Smarter by Sean Stevens, 21 Essential Strategies to Sleep Your Way to a Better Body, Better Health and Better Success. So he talks about your nutrition, getting your nutrition right, getting your exercise right, and getting your sleep right. So I've ticked some boxes. My nutrition, although it's been the holidays and I have indulged in, like some unhealthier foods, but I'm not super unhealthy anyway. Like I've had some like candy stuff and what have you, but not. And when I went shopping, my partner and I went shopping, and we were both very mindful of it's a day, not like weeks and weeks. Like some people really go overboard with their shopping and stuff, and we didn't do that. So I've been really mindful. So I'm ticking the boxes. So I'm giving myself grace. And so Robin says I need to drink more water too. Love that goal. And so as we live intentionally, Robin, I invite you to say how much water. So when we talk about our spiritual routines and our morning routines and our daily routines and our rituals, things become that ritual and that habit, and to live more intentionally. But we've got to have something that's specific in the measurement of it. So I said more water as well. So I've got like a litre and a half. I've looked up how much is good for my body, my height, my weight, and it's just over a litre and a half a day. So some people say, drink 2 litres of water, drink 3 litres of water, drink a gallon of what have you. And for me, that looks like fasting between eating in a certain hour window, no more than 12 hours. I like to say maybe a 7-hour. And I haven't gone to the minute. Sometimes it'll be a 4-hour window for me. I haven't gone to those extremes during this season, this holiday season, but I definitely haven't gone out over the 12-hour window, except for last night when I went out and I had a Mackie D's, and I went out and I danced and I partied, and that was really, really cool. That was really good for my health. I woke up so I did drink alcohol, but not as much as I had done previously. And because I haven't been drinking alcohol, my alcohol tolerance level has gone down. So that was really good for me in terms of I spent time with my daughter. I went out with my daughter. Every area of my life I want to reflect on all of the health in my life, my lifestyle and my light work. So I went off on a little bit of a tangent there, but it's important to be specific and so I'm okay with eating 80% clean and 20% and I'm good to go. So I don't expect myself and I don't like chastise myself. I'm not hard on myself if I feel like eating something that is less healthy because I eat well the majority of the time. So I'm good with that. So Robin says, I've been eating more junk. It's quick and easy. So So swaying like the tipping point of the healthy to the unhealthy. I don't say I can't say I never do that, because I do sometimes. I drop off, like, for my, so in terms of getting my nutrition right. So for my, my intentional living and thinking about my nutrition, when I so I have my cycle each month, and that for me is a time where my eating would be different. It drops off. And I would say, even so, I eat potato chips. So I didn't have any until it was the holiday season. So I did really well with that. It's the little things. It's not even always eating completely clean, always, it just really unrealistic expectations. And that's why I give myself grace. And every day we rate how we're doing, how we feel, how high vibe, whether we're in soul funk or in soul flow. And I would say for me, for health today, is a 10. And I believe it was a 10 last week. So I haven't gone up and I haven't gone down. I'm just going to give myself that grace of excuse me, there are areas for my health that have gone right, that feel good, and how I feel in my body, how I feel in terms of my vision. There's still progression. I didn't just let it all out of the or just all go by the wayside. I still included that. I hadn't done all of my spiritual routines. Robin, can you hear me still? Because my sleep notification just went on, so my phone would normally stop like streaming or what have you. It stopped the internet. It stops everything. So Robin says, I think for me it's about a gallon. You can hear me? Oh, thank you. It's a gallon. How much? So a gallon is I think it's 4.5 liters a day. For me, is it? Check on that. Check on that, and then you'll know it's measurable. So with intentional living, it's measurable. You want things to be measurable. You want to know that either you did it or you didn't do it today, and give yourself grace when you are doing it. Like, celebrate that, acknowledge that. So I've bought water. I never always did that. So I bought 2 10 liters, and one is on top of my fridge. So even when I'm drinking like herbal tea, and I bought some peppermint tea, I will do that. And then I was drinking water, being hydrated all through my live yesterday. I had my masterclass, and I've put another one on my desk, so it's right in front of me. I cannot not drink it. So Robin says, yes, it's half your weight in ounces. I'm not that little. I love you. Is it half your weight in ounces? Oh, mine maybe more than that then. Yeah, so let me know where you look that up, and I'll have a look as well. And you're watching on the replay, what's your health like? Are you hydrated enough as you do your work throughout the day? You know, what time do you start drinking? Do you go to bed drinking? I noticed Barry was drinking a lot more, so it's quite late for me, obviously, because my sleep app's gone on. Not app, it's like it shuts down your phone, like the screen time, and it's quite late for me. However, part of that intentional living is to get manage all areas. And so I was talking to my partner for about 3 hours when he came home from work, and having every single area of my life healthy as possible. And if it's not as healthy as I'd like, then working on it. So my business being healthy, my relationships being healthy, having a healthy connection with myself, that source and that connection, and being guided, and having a healthy relationship with money for the finances. All of that, you want to be checking in each week to see how you're doing. Emotional health, mental health, environmental health, all of the things, because that helps you to live intentionally. And if you are not on point, Robin, I want to actually say that when you're thinking about your water and you're thinking about the food that you're eating, do you actually have like a food journal? Do you include that? So in your Soul Legacy journal, which I have done, and I write things out. what are you eating each day, because you might be doing better than what you're giving yourself grace for. So I invite you guys to do that if you're going to journal along with me when it comes to health freedom, when it comes to on a daily basis. Just check, check it off the list. Give yourself, we don't often celebrate our wins and our successes as much as we could, and that helps you to live more intentionally. If you set the intention, then you can say, yep, I had my meal that day. Yep, I had my water that day. Yep, just a mental check as you either start your day as part of that routine and part of that habit of starting your day with the intention of, and this is what I'm going to do. And at the end of the day, just mentally checking in. So Robin says, hang on. Yes, I probably 140 pounds, which is 70 ounces of water, a little more than a gallon. Okay, cool. So Robin says, I've learned that in 30 days. Sorry, I learned that in a 30 days to healthy living program. Oh, cool. I love that. Not since I used the app. Okay, cool. So then if you've got that on your vision board and as part of your health, if you've used an app and it's helped you, I use an app as well, then use that again, set that intention. Robin says, true, I eat some healthy foods too, just noticing more the junk than I wanted to eat initially. So thank you. So if you're watching on the replay, like for your health, your nutrition right, your sleep right, and your exercise right. So I've actually want to share a little bit that was in the book, what I wrote down. So I'll listen to something that supports me, that gives me that growth in that area as part of my spiritual routine, as part of me living intentionally. So part of me doing my work in the world, and I talk about smiling a lot. Like I smile a lot anyway, and I laugh a lot. So including that in your day, just to boost your mood. That might seem like a bit weird. Like why would I be smiling? Why would I laugh a lot? Like just notice it's free, right? Notice your sleep, how much sleep you're getting. Notice your nutrition. Set the intentions, and see where it's not working as well. And so I set the intention to walk and to exercise. So my exercise is not non-existent, but it hasn't been what I set the intention. And I'm really big on the exercise, partly the holidays, partly getting my masterclass. But for me, throughout like 2021, throughout the last couple of years, actually, it's been negotiable. And before that, it's been non-negotiable. So my spiritual routines and living intentionally is non-negotiable for me. So I want to have that value where this is non-negotiable. And so part of the book that I was reading, and this is what makes it non-negotiable, when you put into your awareness what you're doing, why you're doing it, what the intention is behind it, rather than it just being an airy-fairy goal. It's a real thing. So he says that the consequences of just not, so it's Sleep Smarter, the book is called. So I got more than what I bargained for. It's an Audible book, but it has an accompanying PDF, which I didn't even know. And it has a 14-day plan at the end of the book. So I will be doing that 14-day plan. That's, he says, listen to the book and then put the 14-day plan in. Initially, I was like, as soon as I saw the 14-day plan, it's like, I'll start that now. No, I'll start it next week. But it says, listen to the book and at the end. So that's what I'll do, follow that. So I'll listen to a chapter each Tuesday. So when I can't remember how many chapters in, so when that is, then I'll follow that plan. I'm just going to give myself that grace and just to be intentional each week, and just give myself a longer time frame to, so some of the things when you're living intentionally, and because we focus on each area of your life, you don't want to set yourself up for failure. You don't want to be like so overwhelmed with every single area, but you want to maintain that area, and you want to feel good and set that intention and set yourself up for success and have those spiritual habits and routines that are going to support you rather than beat you up. So take your time with each area. And the idea of that spiritual vision board is to be, by a year's time, whenever you do your vision board. I do it in December, the second week of December. So low quality sleep can lead to, and this is what I've listened to from the book, it's not my statistics, or it's not my, I don't know all of the research. I haven't gone and done his research. So this is just me relaying what I was learning, what I was listening to. I just want to say that because it's health, and I don't claim anything. It's not my book. So he was talking about what I heard was about low quality sleep leading to ailments. So we know that stress leads to ailments. And he was talking about diabetes. He mentioned diabetes and your immune system and cancer and obesity and depression and diseases, right? And so he says just one night of sleep deprivation can lead to insulin resistance. And part of this health journey for me, I believe I had insulin resistance. And so my mom's got diabetes, but he said it's like having type 2 diabetes. I'm like, damn. And your sleep deprivation, which I'd had trouble sleeping since having my son, like 26 years ago. Hey, love. You all right, darling?
Thank you. I just borrowed your toilet.
Okay. I'm on live. Love you. Oh. I got my daughter's just come in and her friends just come in. So that's the joys of being live. I would have hugged her if I wasn't live on YouTube, but that's a family friend, and oh, she's just beautiful. She's like, all my friends are like nieces and stuff to me, so that's beautiful. So that's the joys of working in your living room and working from home. That's again that leveraging. Healthy relationships is really huge for me. So I'm sorry, not sorry. So yeah, so he talks about diabetes and obesity and storing body fat and aging and all of the things. And I was just talking to my partner about, he works a lot of nights and stuff, so that sleep deprivation, oh gosh, I've just dropped something, is a big thing. Just 1 second, let me get my book, because I'm going to pull the keepers of the light. So yeah, I wanted to just share that with you, because the sleeping right, I'm not going to give like beat myself up, because I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. So journaling, when we're journaling in our spiritual journal and we're putting in the routines and the rituals, you get to look back on the week. That's why I like to set it for the week. So throughout this week coming, between now and, I wrote down the date. So it's the 28th. Is it 28th today? Yeah, it's 28th. It comes out the 4th of January. So it's really nice just to break down and have those bite-sized chunks. He talks about doing a study on 98,000 people over 14 years. It's so informative. It's a really good book. So I do recommend that. We have a book club, and I will do a book review on that. So again, your health. What vision do you have for your health? I have an ideal weight that I want to be at. I'm only like a few pounds off that since going on this health journey, and since living more intentionally. At one point I released, however you want to say it, close to a stone. So I'm pretty little anyway, but I'd actually accumulated, and I can't even blame the lockdown. I'd accumulated this weight, but it was through insulin resistance, I believe. So I fasted, I've done all of those things. So that's really big for me. I want to share about the sacral chakra, and I've been focusing on balancing my energy out and using my chakra crystals, my beginner's little pack of crystals. I got this from Amazon. So today it's the tiger's eye. So Robin, obviously you know that it's the tiger's eye because you actually have supported me in this. And so this is about this crystal. And I only connected with this not long before the live. So I hadn't been doing my spiritual journal and my routines in the morning, because like I said, it was the holidays. And this morning I was asleep, like late. I had a late sleep. I got up. I didn't have any food. I got up, potted around. I think I put washing on. I did something around the house and what have you. And then I went back to bed. because I'd been out till like apparently 4 in the morning or 4:30 in the morning. Plus yesterday I'd been on a masterclass for like almost 6 hours. So it was just like a day, obviously having fun and dancing is like help for me, and then sleeping and making sure that I'm actually catching up with my sleep. So I didn't do my journaling. However, I don't beat myself up, right? Do you beat yourself up? I don't. So I hadn't connected with the crystal is what I wanted to say. So it's tiger's eye. And so the tiger's eye is resembling the eye of the tiger, obviously. And this crystal contains energy of both the earth and the sun. The tiger's eye is known for bringing luck and prosperity, acting as all-seeing eye, which is thought to imbue the wearer with self-confidence. I want to talk about that in just a second, actually, and allowing them to deflect the malice of others around them. That's huge. This stone also offers power of emotional stability when working through life changes, as well as reducing the anxiety that surrounds them. The tiger's eye is also thought to stimulate creativity in artists and to encourage thinking outside the box. I love that. And it has crystal tips in here, which I won't go into, about wearing jewelry and different things. So, and it will help stabilize your physical and emotional well-being. I want to actually say, right, I've been doing like connecting with the crystals every day for this last week. And today I was speaking to my partner, that's why I came on later. I feel different. I feel differently because I've been setting intentions. So I've been living intentionally, and setting intentions. I've been journaling for like nearly a decade, and I've been doing the intentional living. I took up the intentional living codes. And again, if you're listening in the Soul Legacy Academy, we have a 2-hour call each month on the first Monday of the month, talking about intentional living and diving deeper into the tools. I've been doing it for about 3.5 years. That's been in my awareness. And I was doing my lives and then I paused and I was working on the back end of my business, but coming back doing them, I feel really differently. And I said to Barry that there's something that has shifted for me, and that self-confidence, that emotional well-being. I don't know. I don't know for sure. But obviously, if you're doing rituals and you're connecting spiritually and bringing spirituality into all areas of your business as a light worker, then something then shifts. That's the intention, right? But I've just noticed like an inner change, which I'm pretty grounded. My energy's really high anyway, and I just feel differently. I love being in service anyway. And so being able to serve, like I've been on here half an hour already, being able to serve in this way just feels really, really, really good. And I think the masterclass yesterday was just really, really on point. Some of the other rituals and routines that I focus on Think and Grow Rich. We talked on the masterclass yesterday about feeling worthy, about money blocks. So what I am going to do is I'm not going to focus on the Think and Grow Rich, but if you are in the mastermind, we'll talk about that. I don't want to make the lives too long, but I do include Think and Grow Rich into my daily practice. They have self-confidence formula and the definiteness of purpose statement, and then an affirmative statement. So my affirmative statement is every freedom I touch turns to gold, and I do tapping on that. I hadn't for the last few days, but I will get back into that. Robbie says the masterclass was fire. It was absolutely amazing. I feel like since that I've had that shift, because I was doing my light work in the world and coming onto YouTube, making that deep transition onto this platform was a massive commitment to do and to go first and then to teach. And because I'd paused things in my business to work on the back end of my business, seeing it out and announcing it for the first time, the way that I did yesterday, and announcing and if you don't know what I'm talking about, my masterclass, it's the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Masterclass. and we have a bank 50k in 50 days challenge. And so I will leave the link in the comments and in the description if you want to register for that. I do it live. There is a replay on the Soul Legacy TV YouTube podcast if you're not listening on there. If you go into the playlists where I share for my book launch, also if you're subscribed to the channel, it's the channel trailer for subscribers. So there is a replay. It's 5 hours and 40 minutes. Like, it was lit. And I had to go really fast through some of my slides, because I'm like, oh my, I could literally be on there and just pour out the teaching for days. Like, but seeing, and I have a group VIP day as well, starting the 3rd of January, and then it will be every 50 days. I'm so excited about it. I love the model that's been downloaded to me. Now it's been in my head, and being able to share that and get it out is just like, oh God, like my business feels really healthy. I feel really healthy. Our business is, as spiritual YouTubers and light workers, is us. Like when people say, you know, you've got to have that work-life balance, it's like, it's us. We don't switch us off. And so that's why I wanted to bring more spirituality into my business, into every single area, and have the intentional living codes that make sure that I don't just get swamped in my business. I actually have that health in all areas, right? And so focus on all areas, because we do need to know that we're looking after ourselves and getting our sleep right, and our nutrition right, and our exercise right, and our brain healthy, and our thinking and our emotions healthy. So I want to share about the soul income game, and then I'm going to do the card at the end. I'm super excited about this. Like, literally, I went to go and shuffle the cards. I think I got through one, not even a full shuffle, and this card popped out. So I'm going to share that, and I believe that it's for me. And if you're here, I believe it's also for you. It's the Keepers of the Light is an oracle card deck. That's the only one that I own. However, one of my subscribers and one of our masterclass attendees actually said that she's creating an oracle card deck. So I will be sharing that. I definitely will purchase that and share that. So you never know, like I could integrate both of them. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. So let me share with the soul income game that we play as part of the building the spiritual vision board. Oh, actually, I don't have it. Do I have it? Oh, before I do that, I want to share this quote. I love quotes. Let me know if you love quotes. I don't think I shared it yesterday because I've been on the masterclass for so long. I have a momentum app on my Mac, and that again is leveraging my light work and my lifestyle. And so I start my day with, and I open a new tab, and it gives me a quote, and it just is beautiful. So this is the quote that I got today. Not that I've been on my Mac the whole day, because I haven't. So the secret to change is focus. To focus all of your energy, not on fighting the old, but in building the new. That's a quote by Dan Millman, I think his name is. So the secret to change, so if you've got any changes for your health, right, and your business and your light work and your lifestyle, the secret to change is to focus all of your energy on not fighting the old, but building the new. So just focusing and setting your intention on building something new. I love it. And that's in all areas of our life. Do you love that quote? I just wanted to share it with you because that's part of my spiritual journaling and my rituals and my routines. It's not relying just on what I know. I always love, just checking, I always love, I just love learning. So the highest vibration on the emotional scale, Abraham Hicks's scale, is love, the feelings of love and joy and empowerment and knowledge and freedom. So that's why I talk about the freedom so much. So let's have more freedom. So this is the Soul Legacy Journal, my Soul Legacy Journal. It's a notebook. Grab your notebook, and what I'd love you to do, and this is what we do every single day, even when I'm not here, I want you to follow this. So this is this journal is magical, right? I created it. It's magical. The notebook is magical. The Soul Legacy journal, and this whole process is us recording your spiritual awakening. I believe that we have multiple spiritual awakenings. Sometimes we're not even aware that we're having a spiritual awakening. And I've gone through many spiritual awakenings just doing this, I'm telling you. So this journal gives you £1,000, dollars, or euros every single day so that you don't feel a sense of lack. In the Soul Legacy Academy, I talk about on the intentional living codes on the 2-hour monthly call, going from a poverty consciousness to a prosperity consciousness. And part of that includes money. So we talk about financial freedom on a Sunday, but I want you to be in vibrational alignment with your vision that you have to make a difference in the world, but doing it in a way that you are not busy, you are not doing busy work, you are not broke, and you are not burnt out, right? You need to also have the money to have the experiences in life. And if you are now saying in your head, no, I don't, what are you talking about? Life is not about the money. Robin says, I do love that notebook. Thank you. I do. I love the back of it as well. If you haven't seen it, oh gosh, I don't do the whole thing right. It says, your soul legacy is every life you impact, influence, or impress upon, and every soul client, soul family, and soul tribe you touch. Soul expansion begins with you. By me, Iona Mead. So I do love it. So this is a magical journal, and it's a magical journaling process. And if you say to me, Iona, no, I don't need money. I don't want to focus on money. I don't want to. So we shared yesterday that this journal gives you £1,000, dollars, or euros every single day. We've got rules around this. It gives you that to spend on a daily basis. Tithe 10%. You have to tithe 10% every single day. Write in your notebook where you're going to tithe and feel the energy of tithing, not blocking and hoarding money. It's vibrational money anyway. So you want to feel that flow of that energy. Money's digital anyway, like with transferring. So you can imagine that you don't pay bills and you don't save. They're all your bills are all taken care of, and your savings are all taken care of. And so spending it each day on the experiences that you'd like to have in all of the areas of your life. So you decide, have a look at your vision board and spend the money. Now, if you don't have time every day, or you don't want to play this game, it is a game, it's fun, it's called the Soul Income Game. Every single day, you can wait until Sunday to spend the bulk of your money. But if you go throughout the week and you see something that you really love, rather than going out there and just spending it, being a spender rather than a saver, meaning not to focus on saving the vibrational money. But if you've got the habits, I went to the Millionaire Mind Intensive, and T. Harv Eker talks about in his book as well about being a spender, a saver, a hoarder, what have you. And I used to be a spender, and my partner is definitely a spender, and he's got better with it. But like when you want to attract more money, so we talk about banking 50k in 50 days, doing it vibrationally first. Sometimes you're fearful of what you would do with the money, or you get it and it's like, oh, I've got to spend it. People say, money burns a hole in their pocket, they've got to spend it. So you get to see how you are with money, how you're managing your money. And so please don't say you don't need it as a light worker. Yes, you do. And you can tithe it, and you can do good in the world with it, and you can leave a financial legacy with it. If you're not someone who spends it all day long, like you're not someone who I'm quite minimalist. I like expensive things. I like luxury things, but minimal. Like I like both. So I'm not very super materialistic, but what I do have, I like to have quality, really good quality. So let me just block a user. Hang on. I don't think I can just block it like that. Go away. Block. Done. Yeah, so you spend it. So yesterday, Robin can attest to, I said, you can't carry over this money. So playing the game is playing the game, right? So tithe your money. And if you do not spend your money, so the bank 50k in 50 days, it's a challenge over 50 days. We'll do it. I'll just keep doing it anyway. But if you do not spend it, you lose it. So that's potentially 7k in a week that this Soul Legacy journal is giving you. This magical journal is saying, come and journal with me, right? Do your spiritual routines, focus intentionally on every single area of your life. If you neglect to spend the money vibrationally, and then, so what we do on a Sunday is notice our finances that are really coming in the visible world. We do this vibrationally. It's not building the relationship with money healthfully. So it is health freedom. So we also want to engage with money healthily. And this is a way of practicing your vibration and allowing yourself to receive, allowing yourself, like other people on the planet who experience luxury, right? Who give themselves as light workers. Sometimes it's like, oh, I'll sacrifice, I'll help everybody else out. Or when you get some money, it's like, well, so and so wants this money, and so sometimes we have negative associations with the money. So I want you to be tithing at least 10%, not at least 10% every day. That's £100, dollars or euros, whichever currency you're in, and then think about spending it. So I am not spending all of the money until a Sunday. And what did I think of today? Oh, I didn't even write it down yet. Oh man. Oh, at holidays. Holiday to the Caribbean. I won't forget it, don't worry. Because that's where I want to go as my environment. I want to go to the Caribbean and party even harder in the Caribbean. So that's what I'll spend my money on Sunday. So I'm thinking, I love dancing, I love holiday, I love the sun, I love all of those things. So I will be what are you laughing at? Tell me what you're, or with you with the money. Yeah, you'll lose it. So yeah, spend the money. So if you've got like travel on your vision board, if you've got like contribution, I'm really big on to leveraging my time and my energy. So you know, if you don't have an assistant, pay an assistant. If you don't have a window cleaner or a cleaner or a chef or somebody to, or a personal trainer, somebody that makes your life to support, or a coach, or you know, if you want to come into my mastermind or my program and you don't, and you are not in the position right now to invest at the level, then you can't say that you don't need that money, because not to pay me, but just as in saying no to things because of the money. We're only here on this earthly plane at this time, in this body, once, here, now, in this time. Yes, you might reincarnate. Yes, you might have had past lives, but this life is to be lived. And as light workers, sometimes it is that resistance to that money. And I have had that. I've had that money blocks. And I feel like doing the masterclass yesterday, I was like, oh my God, I literally hadn't realized. I said in my head, the offers and doing my call with the program for the Soul Legacy Journal. I've got a call with the book series, if you don't know, which I am seeking co-authors for, sharing their spiritual awakening story. And to put the offer out there in the way that I have, in the way that I hadn't put it out. I hadn't spoken about it fully. Robin knows until yesterday, and it feels so good. It just feels so good. I love my business model. I love my, yes, the losing. So it's like so when I thought of you can't carry over the money, I'm like, dude, I never thought, oh well, yeah, you've just lost 7k then. No, but you hadn't actually. You typed it. You so you'd lost like 6,300. You don't really want to do that. You want to actually, like, I'm being gifted this money vibrationally, and it's I've got itchy back. Valuing it like you would money that's coming in, So I like to think of the soul income game as it's soul client income. So I've already done the services, I've already put that out there. So me sharing on the masterclass is that idea. In Think and Grow Rich, you have an idea, and then you set that intention, and then the plan comes to execute that idea. Well, the plan was in my head and I was working on it, and I shared it out loud. Like, damn, I love it. Oh, I love the, oh, thank you, love. Yes, to the dancing and this. I think there's a big long delay, Robin. So yeah, so that's the soul income game. So hopefully you understand that, and if you have any questions on that, then let me know. And that is part of my spiritual journal. Me doing the spiritual morning routines of me living intentionally and being grateful that actually I have the opportunity to create and generate soul client income from basically nothing. Like, basically nothing. Like, you can, there's so many tools that are free that you can do it for basically nothing. It's beautiful. The time and space that we live in is amazing. So let me pull this card. I've just lost it. Hang on. Do you know what? Before I, oh no, I have. Before I came on, I lost my, what? Oh, it's here. I lost my book, and I was like, just not even today. I looked everywhere for it. I had Barry up. He looked under the sofa because I hadn't like done the full live, the whole spiritual journal, over the last few days. And I was like, dude, where is it? I pulled the card, but I couldn't find the book. Looked everywhere, and then I lifted up my stuff, and I literally said out loud, like, if I've looked everywhere, what am I going to do tomorrow? Where else am I going to look? And I lifted up the thing again, and I know I'd already lifted it up, and it was there. Robin says, I've been a bit cold lately. A Florida trip sounds good. Yes. So there you go. So you can either, so if you've got a bigger purchase, and then you can wait till when, you know, you can accumulate the $7,000. So again, well, 6,300. And it's beautiful. You get to see, and I want to give props to the Ask and It Is Given book, the prosperity game, which was an inspiration for this. I always want to do that. So if I never, like, if at any point, like, you hear me talking about it and I don't give props to it, it's like, oh, that's not intentional. So I love it. I love the vibration of it. So this is the card that I pulled today. I think it's this, like, closer. Can you see it? I'm not good with it. This is, I want to say Hilarion, and I don't know if that is how you say it. I don't know. But anyway, that is what I'm saying. The purpose is the actual card. The name, I'll figure it out, right? So it's divine healing. So it's Health Freedom Tuesday. So I believe I have this message for me, and I believe it's for you too. I've got an itchy back, to put in your spiritual journal. So it says, honor your sensitivity, retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. So honor your sensitivity, retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. Is that beautiful for light workers? I just love it. So this is what I'm going to read for you in closing. So hopefully you've enjoyed doing your spiritual journal with me. And every single day we want to be focusing on a different area of our life. So tomorrow is Emotional Freedom Wednesday. And Robin, I know that last week you were talking about the health then triggering up a certain emotion, which then sabotages. So I want you to be aware of that. And I'm aware of mine as well. So thank you for pointing that out last week. So about Hilarion is a spiritual master who lived in the Middle East during the 4th century. At the age of 15, he left he felt the call to go to the retreat of Saint Anthony in the Egyptian desert. This was busy with people needing healing. So after a while, he went back home with some monks. During that time, his parents had passed away, and it was said that Hilarion was so devoted, I don't think I'm saying that right, so devoted to service, he gave all of his estate to his brothers, and the poor. For the rest of his life, he lived as a hermit in a cave and was said to perform miracles as his prayers and his touch, with his prayers and his touch. Sorry. To this day, he is dedicated to healing, but he also helps spiritual people who feel overly sensitive to overcome their challenges and integrate with the normal world. That is huge. That's for me. You resonate with that message? Do you? Oh, awesome. Oh, that message resonates with you. I'm so pleased about that. I did think of you, actually. And so if you're watching on the replay, let me know if the message resonates with you as well. So the extended message is: the world can seem overwhelming to you, and it's okay to retreat to a safe space every now and then to cleanse and recharge your energy. You may feel called to serve others or to share your healing with them, but please ensure you are filled up with light, love, and energy first, so that you are not sacrificing your own development for others. You are surrounded by the healing light of Hilarion and the healing angels at this time, so that you can recharge and feel whole. How beautiful is that? It's such a beautiful message. I was like, dude, I've got to find this book. Barry like lifted up my sofa, did all of the things. I'm like, please, baby, can you help me find it? And he's like, okay. So he's like, where is, have you had a look here? Have you had a look there? I'm like, I've looked everywhere. And I found it, and he goes, I'm so happy you found it. So he's always all for the support of the keepers of the light. I love that message. Does that resonate with you, the full message, Robin? I love it. It's beautiful. So my spiritual journal contains many different things. It's kind of a mishmash of what is supporting my health, supporting me emotionally, supporting me in my relationships, supporting my environment, supporting my finances, supporting my spirituality, and supporting my contribution in the world. Living intentionally means just that. It means what your intentions are to be the best version of you in every area of your life. Don't neglect an area. If you're going to do this spiritual journal with me, then do all of the areas. Your life will be unrecognizable. It's such a beautiful process. So we don't forget the money. Use the money. Use the vibrational money voucher that you're given. Create your spiritual vision board. It is said there's power in vision, there's power in intention, there's power in vision boards, there's power in focus, there's power in intent, there's power in clearing your energy, there's power. You know that. I know you know. But knowing and doing and keeping up to it and keeping yourself accountable and following through, this is why this spiritual journal with me is here, because I want to support you in following through. And I want to have that accountability, saying, hey, dude, I'm not perfect. I know you don't expect me to be perfect, but hey, I know I'm not perfect. I'm a recovering perfectionist, and I'm in recovery. Like, I don't know if I will ever be fully recovered. I think actually I've done really well, to be fair. I won't say recovered, because it's just like then things then pop into your world to go, well, really? So I will say I'm in recovery. I'm just going to leave it at that, and I feel really good about it. Robin says, that's beautiful. It is. That is beautiful. It is, isn't it? It's so whatever you want to include in your spiritual journal, and some of the things that I include, you'll include. Some of the things you won't. Hopefully this has helped you, and it's fueled you to go and get a book, to pull your own card, if whatever that is. Focus on your crystals, focus on balancing your energy. Robin will support you in that, and in cleansing and clearing and unblocking the generational stuff, so we can have that clear vessel, or clearer vessel, to launch, lead, and leave our soul legacy. As the founder of the Soul Legacy Academy and the host of the Soul Legacy TV, I believe that is my duty, to support my subscribers, my students, my members, I don't focus on building a list. It's a community to really live intentionally. And I take that quite seriously, and I do walk my own talk. I go first. So I really appreciate you spending this time with me. I will leave the spiritual vision board video and the playlist for this spiritual journal with me every single day. I will go live. I don't have an actual set time, but I'm in the UK, so I try and make sure it kind of works for most of the people in the world. That in my world, most of the people that are in my world are overseas. So I like to do the lives, and if you don't make it live, then that's okay. You can always watch the replays. But I want to build that momentum and that movement around that, and support you in building your own spiritual business and the back end of your spiritual business and putting it onto YouTube. So if you are interested in that, then the link to my masterclass is also in the comments in the descriptions. And if you're watching on SoulLegacyTV, if you're watching this on the YouTube video, then play with it, have a look, and look down below, check it all out. It's the same description every single day. Share this out. Definitely like, subscribe, click the notification bell so that you know when I go live. There's reminders that you can click as well. It's set for 11 p.m. or something, but that's not when I go live. So click that reminder, and you'll be able to journal with me. So Robin says, absolutely, it's sadly too easy to let our practices slide by the wayside, isn't it? It really is. As we go out there and we, talk and preach, and then we don't practice what we preach, and then we expect people to trust us, to then invest in us, when we're not practicing what we're preaching. We're just preaching. And that, for me, that's got to stop. It has to be that balance of, be honest and being in integrity. If somebody's going to invest with me, I want to be in integrity with that. Not as in proving to them, but improving to myself that actually, what you say is helpful, and it's helpful because you're doing it. Even in the imperfection of doing it, it still gets that result. I'm really big on that, because I've experienced a lot out there. I've invested a lot of time, energy, and money in other people's programs and different things, and I've got a lot of value. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like putting a blanket statement out there that all this stuff has not been great. However, when you see someone telling you one thing and then they're doing another, it devalues that work. For me, it devalues it. I'm like, well, why would you tell me to do the thing and you're not doing the thing, but you say that it's really powerful and it's really transformational and it's all of the things? Is like, that for me doesn't make any sense. And as light workers, we want to add that transformation in the world. And I've always said this, or for a very long time anyway. I said this on my Dive Social Summit when I was doing my interviews, that change starts with us. It starts with you rising and residing at what I call the Cheers to Financial Freedom frequency. It starts with us. You be at the vibration that we wish to witness in the world. We know how we experience life is through our lens and our perception. So definitely walk your talk. You've got to walk your talk. Robin, you are amazing. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate your love. I appreciate your support. It's just absolutely phenomenal. I feel fully supported and really loved, and that's helping me to show up in the world even more. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. So big love. That is it for my spiritual journal, my spiritual routines. I will be back tomorrow for another live. Again, every Tuesday I talk about health freedom, so definitely journal along with me for that. And then focus on every single area of your life. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know if you've got value, and let me know if you do share this out. So big love, and I'll speak to you soon. See you on the next video. Bye, Robin. Thank you.